Yesterday I preached from 1 Corinthians chapter 6, where Paul confronts the problem in the Corinthian church where they're suing one another. And this is bothersome to Paul for a couple of different reasons. Number one, because what that means is that disputes between brothers and sisters in Christ are going to be decided by non-Christians in the law court system. But secondly, this bothers Paul because what this means is that the church is allowing their disputes and their grievances to turn into lawsuits. I mentioned in my sermon that in many cases a lawsuit was a means of a shortcut. It was a way to get what you wanted instead of doing the hard work of working out the difficulty. And that's what Paul wants the church to do. He wants them to work things out and to manage their disputes. And the way he encourages them to do that is he offers two rhetorical questions in verse 7 of chapter 6, where he says, why not rather be wronged? Why not rather be cheated? In other words, why not just let it go? If someone offended you, if someone took some money from you, why not just let it go and choose to forgive? After all, that is the way of Jesus, to choose to offer grace even when someone has hurt us. And I ended my sermon by challenging us to think about someone in our life who has offended us or who we have a grievance with, and to offer the prayer that Jesus prayed on their behalf. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. Well, forgiveness of someone who has hurt us doesn't just happen in one simple decision, doesn't just happen in one single prayer. It's a journey that we're on. It's something that we have to work at day after day. And so my action point this week is for you to pray about this situation every day. If there's someone who has offended you, if there's someone who you have a dispute with, I want you to pray about it every day this week for 7 days. And just ask God to work in this situation. Ask God to help you forgive. Ask God to bring about grace and to work things out in His way and His time. And see if God can't work in your heart and work in this other person's heart to bring about reconciliation in some way. I really believe that when we turn things over to God and we let Him handle things, that He often does it in the right way and in the right time. So let's try to do that this week. May God bless you this week.